And so we're going to transition into a quick question and answer section before we take a break and move on to the next thing. There has been a really great discussion in the chat, so we are going to make sure we include that with our reports. But I did see a question for David Kring from Alexander Miller that said, thanks for the informative presentations. If we want to leverage existing Constellations operation and science team documents, are they openly available? If so, what's the best way to access them?
I would say send me an email. That'll be the quickest, most direct way. But a lot of the findings were published as NASA special papers. And I believe those are part of the LPI, Lunar Science and Exploration online library. There is additional findings published in Acta Astronautica. Those we can't post on the LPI site because of copyright restrictions, but if somebody is interested in those types of constellation details, send me an email and I will try to provide a bibliography.
Thank you very much. And then I had another question that talked about the relationship between data coming in and also using the ability to crowdsource out that information. And if we think that there is, and this is for anyone in the group, and if we think there's a way to implement a wider spread of scientists giving in information than just the science back room that could exist, or the science resource room.
This is Cindy Evans. I guess I'll just jump in. I actually think that there is potential for crowdsourcing science, especially if there's I can imagine that collecting imagery from the surface or imagery from inside a laboratory facility like the GeoLab can be posted for analysis in a crowdsourcing kind of way.
All right, and then we also just had a question for Gordon, which is, what was the balance of VR versus traditional images, 2D maps, 3D views, but not immersive viewing of your data?
Yeah, so that in the text too. Good question, Fred. I'd be happy to dig out, some of our results there, but we essentially, in terms of the balance of VR, so what we actually did was a bit of a kind of blind test in the second full week of the mission operations, where we had part of the mission control team using VR and part not, and so we did have good 3D renderings of the site for that VR team. If not entirely sure I'm answering your question, but I'd be happy to chat a bit more offline.
All right, thank you very much. We're gonna pick up a lot of this discussion later in the breakout rooms, and right now we're actually on. To put us back on schedule, we're going to take our break and then return at 12:25. And so keep the good conversation coming, and we'll be back.